so happy.
I bought a pretty good job. There's nothing to disdain anymore, and there's nobody left to rob. We've all got pretty good lives. Our blood is warm and it's red. We've all got real pretty wives. We see through pretty good eyes. We've got plenty of butter spread on our cake bread. But still, they just don't make things like they used to. They just don't make things like they used to.
One time at the Maricopa County, Arizona's 10th prison, he televised from there. He also had a program once where he had both Todd McCormick and Woody Harrelson on to discuss the medical use of marijuana. Important to me, and I know to a lot of the rest of you, is this. Bill doesn't just talk the talk, he does walk the walk. Todd McCormick is someone who's dearly beloved by many of us, and Bill Maher has been a one-man lifeline for Todd McCormick for the 3 years he's been in prison.
We get a vast majority of people in this country to admit publicly or support publicly the idea of decriminalizing the one drug that never kills anybody. But the reason why it is hard, I think, is, as David was pointing out very well, there is a vast silent majority, and I do mean silent. And it's up to us in this room, who have commissioned ourselves to lead this battle, to awaken.
All this research with us that so many of our illnesses are coming from the lack of omega-3 and 6 that are found in hemp, flax, primrose oil, and so forth. But our earth really needs us to grow hemp. It's just extremely important. As the plant grows, it nourishes our soil, it takes carbon dioxide out of the air. And God gave us hemp. He did not give us pills. And we have a right, under the Constitution, to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And hemp makes people feel very happy because it balances your autonomic nervous system and it puts your brain waves in the alpha state. And that's where God would want you to be. The healing of the nations will come through the leaves of the trees. So the churches just need to teach the truth that the Bible has stated to us. And as teachers for God, both Love and I teach and share the Course in Miracles. And
I had this, a doctor told me a year after we tried all the various treatments that if I didn't start smoking marijuana, I would go blind. Imagine that, a doctor telling me to go on drugs. Yeah, that was my reaction. And I'm sure I went home and had an extra martini or something like it, and an extra pack of cigarettes. But, you know, I mean, the fear of being on drugs was real. Eventually, however, I did have to try it because nothing else was working, and the side effects of most of the medicines I have, especially those which are based on nerve gas, were very detrimental to me. I tried marijuana, and much to my amazement, from the very beginning, it was miraculous.
Seriously ill people over a number of years now, and who people who have on their own or with the discreet assistance of a physician or a knowledgeable person have used marijuana in a medicinal way, and I'm just wondering if you could tell their story a little bit. I mean, do you actually know a number of people, hundreds of people?
Here's what's happening. As I said, I have traveled the entire country except for Hawaii, and I am going there next winter. But there is no such thing as a city or a place I have ever visited where I haven't found at least one patient who desperately needs this medicine and is breaking the law. There is no doubt in my mind that there are millions, literally millions of us who are using it medically. I mean, I take it for my glaucoma, but I broke my ankle in the 80s wearing very high heels with platform shoes, and
Rosalind, I'm really pleased to have with us here Rosalind Carter, and this is her new book, Helping Someone with Mental Illness. Rosalind, would you tell us the single most important thing to take home with this book?
With my book, the single most
The message, yeah.
message is that so many people suffer from mental illnesses, and they could all be helped because we know so much about the brain now. And mental illnesses can be diagnosed, they can be treated, and the overwhelming majority of people can lead normal lives, living at home, working, going to school, and I want everybody to know that. So the stigma will go away.
You're an outspoken Sigma fighter.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you. Ma'am.
And it represents the flora of Georgia. And this is her favorite flower, so it has those in it. All the gifts again have, reasons for them. They're all from programs that she's been involved in.
Wow.
Quite amazing. This is President Carter's office.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was a gift. The desk is like the one that is in the museum. It's a copy, a second copy. And that's the one that President Kennedy used in the White House. And also, I think Clinton uses it now. That's the one with the pictures of John was underneath. There's a copy of it. And it was copied by a man here in Georgia. He also made the conference table in there.
And what's that going on behind the desk there?
That is an original artwork that was done for this room.
Huh. Looks like the sun exploded.
Yeah. It's
beautiful.
And I can't tell you, child, it's too sharp. All the earth was swept cold and red. And in the end, there's nothing left to say.
Yes, drug testing. At the University of Virginia, they just instituted, to go along with the crowd, a pre-employment drug testing requirement only for the patient care providers. None of the administrators need to get tested, but those who will take care of patients need to get tested. And I guess the little bit of good news out of that was at least some managers understood that there was a problem. Saying that, so if I worried about a healthcare professional taking an opioid, and we drug tested them and it wasn't, but it turned out that they had cannabis, what happens? And of course the negative was, well then they'd have to go to treatment. And the manager was, that wasn't what I thought was, that wasn't the problem, that's not